Hi, I'm Craig from Driftworks, and this is my Pajero Evolution LT build.
From Driftworks now?
And Driftworks.
Anyway, it's still your build.
So, since last time, we have body back in red.
We have some footage of that when we went to Gaz's, so...
Yeah, which was quite an adventure to get it back.
Yeah, I guess Phil can just sort of insert that now.
Can you check that gearbox out?
Does it fit perfectly?
It wasn't bad measurement, was it?
I'd call you a guess. You guessed that well.
I mean a guess, cheeky sod.
Well, it's in. You guessed where the engine was as well.
Guesswork, a lot of measurements, is it?
Yeah, that, yeah. Probably 2 months or so since we did that, isn't it? It's come back.
Somebody had bright ideas of doing track cars and stuff like that, which just took a whole lot of our time.
It's ruined our year, yeah.
Like, really has. Well, you bought a Renault and I crashed a Mini, so it was just...
Yeah, anyway.
So back onto the real projects. As you can see, engine's in.
Chassis built.
Yep, chassis is pretty much built up. I've got engine mounts all done. Luckily, no cutting or hacking at all. These are like the original Escalade mounts and everything, with like an adapter plate to bolt it all in. So exhaust headers, I'm using original headers because they work really well.
Well, have you just been adapted to a...
Yeah, I'm just...
What's that, 1.5 inch is it?
Yeah. So we're just going to have twin 3-inch pipes down the side here like this. And one down the other side. These are like Siemens ones from JetX, which I've used for years and years and work really, really well. And then we're going to come into
a gigantic box.
Yeah, I think I ordered the wrong size, but anyway, that's going to sit across here, and we're going to come into it, and this has got a proper cross built into it. And that in that
it's
side.
an Xbox, is it?
Yeah, it's an Xbox, and then we're going to have the 2 exits out here, and maybe some noise valves here, so I can run it through silence but not super loud. So I want it to be like really quiet for 90% of the time.
I mean, just let's show a bit of the detail, because it does look, you know, the thing looks basically brand new at this point.
I mean, we've had all the nuts and bolts and the stuff that's not easily replaceable. I've had all re-zinc and yellow coated. All the bolts have been recoated. New bushes.
Arms have been powder coated.
Arms have been done. New ARB links. Adjustable shocks. I've put.
So on HSDs, is it?
Yeah, I've converted it to a spring platform here, so I can change the spring. I've got to make a top hat location for the bottom there, which I've got to do. And you can see, let's say all the bolts, camber bolts, I had them all re-zinced. It just makes it really nice putting it back together.
And fantastic.
Yeah, it's a lot of effort, but I think it's really worth it.
And then I guess last time we just went back, because it's been so long since we filmed anything, to have a look. You were still talking about turbos.
Yeah, I'd bought back the turbos from my RX-7. And the plan was to 2 turbos on it. I'd got the intercooler, got everything all ready. And I keep coming back to you know, I hadn't driven the Aston for like a couple of weeks, well about a week. I'd been in the other Evo, and I jump in that, and it's just the instant punch that it's got is just fantastic. And I just keep coming back to, I really wanted it supercharged, so it's going to go supercharged. I've sold the turbos, and that's it, decision made.
Right.
Supercharger it is.
Do we know which one yet? Are we still working on that?
Well, we're working on it. The guys at Magnuson, I've sent them some emails again, and he's responded and then hasn't responded, so if not, I mean, I'll have to have a look and see what's available. But I can get the rest of it done. The body, when we got the body back from Gaz, I mean, he's done an absolutely fantastic job.
I mean, we haven't got the rest of the panels back yet, have we? But
no,
we've got the main body, and it, you know, it does clear the engine. I mean,
yeah,
is it easy to drop it? Is it in line, or does it require some fiddling? Nah.
Yeah, but you can see I've put extra sound in heat shielding on the bulkhead and put the original panelling back on, and all the original pipes, all the servos back in, wiper motors, power steering pump, all these, you know, sort of structure here. Again, all new bolts, all re-zinced everything, and even the wiper linkage, because it gets seized up, we've had all that apart, stripped and re-greased it. So it may seem like we've not done a lot, but there's so much behind the scenes, you know, that it doesn't look a lot, but we spent a long time doing. Yeah, it probably took 3 hours to do the wiper motor linkage, because they always seize, because it's old. But all stripped, greased, new pins, clips. So hopefully, it will really be as nice as I can get it.
About like a new car, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do the exhaust now, so that's body done. The prop shafts, unbelievably, the original prop, if I had the right joint, it would pretty much go straight back in. It's about 5mm difference in size, which is like ridiculous. So props are off to Dave Max this week, hopefully, for him to work his magic, which means we can get props on, exhaust done, and then hopefully I can get the body back down into position and actually start doing, well, I don't know what's next really. I mean, all the steering can go back together. I can start working on steering pipes.
Make it a car at that point.
Yeah, fuel pipes, battery cabling. I'm not quite sure where the battery's going to go yet. I think there probably is space in the engine bell, though. I like to keep it really clean, but it might go in there, or maybe somewhere. I don't know. There's very little space in the car to put it. There's boots.
It's going to take up a lot of boot if you.
Yeah, the boot's a joke anyway.
Because you're not going to run a piddly little battery on this.
No,
I bet a piddly little battery won't power this.
No. These, like the modern generation engines that we've had it with the RX-7 with the LT, and that's got like literally £700 lithium battery, and it won't start it. It'll physically crank it, but it's on the initial ignition drop with the modern electronics. It won't. It trips out and it just goes no. Put a proper old lead acid battery on, starts fine. So batteries now are really important. All the earthing points, it's really important now. You've got to have earths in certain places. If you don't have the earth in the right place, it can cause issues.
So the moral of the story is you can keep your space batteries for your namby-pamby European.
Yeah. I mean, even on the Aston, when the battery got a little bit low on that, it'll crank and it will start, but you lose your throttle and all stuff like that because it just
I
goes
remember
into
that.
safety
Yeah,
mode.
you ended up with just no throttle, and it was only the battery, wasn't it?
The battery's absolutely fine. Sort of start it and be fine, but when it just gets below absolutely perfect, doesn't want to know. It is a thing with modern cars. So I've got to do obviously then get onto the wiring and the fuel system. I've hoped to got a plan for the fuel system. I'm looking at possibly going port injection as well as direct injection.
Can you inject before the superchargers? Does that give any benefit? Or?
Not really, no. I mean, you can put water meth on. That's what a lot of Americans do. They rely on water meth to get the extra fuel in. Not really keen on relying on that. So I've bought LT4 injectors and an LT4 because in the back here you have a high pressure pump, a bit like a diesel that lifts up to like 2,500 psi. So I've got the bigger one of them. It's got the cam in now. Did we talk about we've had the engine and part? Have we got pictures of that? Don't know.
It wasn't a part, was it? Because the cam was sat on top of it in the last episode. So you've built the engine since.
Well, yeah, the engine's been apart. So I have been doing some stuff.
Yeah.
So the engine's been apart.
Got balanced. I remember that bit.
Got Dominant Power Performance balanced it for me. We've got new pistons, forged rods, new camshaft, VVT limiting, so you don't get so much VVT for piston clearance and stuff.
So these have been brought into the latest century, I guess.
Yeah.
VVT.
Yeah.
That's pretty old now, isn't it? But yeah.
Yeah. DOD block off, so the displacement on demand doesn't work, because we're not interested in that. Bigger camshaft, so it's sort of a built engine really. And I bought this engine completely, you know, you buy it sight unseen, just as a thing, as a, you know, a pull out. And it's, I mean, I took it apart and it's absolutely like brand new inside. It was,
the bearings were like new, weren't they? And they still had the coating on them.
They've got like a red coat on these, and they literally were brand new. Really, I mean, it's supposed to only do 18,000 miles, and I completely believe it. You know, I think
because they're not very old, are they, the engines?
2018. This was late 2018. So that was really good. So fingers crossed it will be okay. So all the inside is done. New valve springs, all the stuff basically I need to support the power. I just need to work out what the supercharger is, what it will give me, and whether, you know, realistically it'll probably give me 750, something like that, which will probably be enough.
I should say it with, after borrowing your silver one to go home when one of my cars was abandoned,
which is what, 280,
you know.
And it's probably enough.
It was surprisingly nice to be in, unlike a Land Rover Defender, which is just disgusting.
Yeah.
And well, it is.
Yeah. I mean,
you know, it's just, you can pretend all you want, can't you? But it's horrible.
It is really nice. I mean,
it's surprisingly car-like.
I've been using the other one for what, 3 months now, and it's good. It's, you know, well, I'd say, you know,
have we shown you new wheels on this?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we haven't got round to wheels.
So we've mounted them to the official chassis.
They might be a little bit dirty because
you've been running around on them in the silver car.
We put them on the silver one for a bit to try it. So these are fuel wheels from Driftworks, upside down, but you get the idea. But proper rim locks.
Yeah, it was a nice touch, wasn't it? It was. We thought they were going to be forgeries.
Yeah, we didn't know if they were fakes or real, but so basically that is a genuine bead lock onto the tyre.
Well, you're going to need that.
I hope so. So these are, they're a little bit pokier than original, but hopefully we've got some wider arches coming to allow for that. And not done brakes yet. I had a plan for brakes, didn't work, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about that.
I guess there's probably not that much room inside the wheels, is there?
No, there's none. So
what diameter is they? 17?
They're 17s.
Right.
But I want to be able to put 16s on it if I ever want to put.
Once your T37s.
Well, you know, if something like that ever come up, like, you know, really I need a set for winter, set for summer.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see. Got a radiator. Not quite sure if it's going to fit.
You'll make it fit. That's what you do here.
Yeah, the space, and with the engine in place, I've not had to cut or I had to literally hammer like a tiny bit in just to clear the little lump there on the engine, but
right,
it's so minimal, and we've got clearance to the front, and everything seems to just like fit. And I've obviously had it down all in position, and it looks really small in the bay. Like, I mean, the original engine fills the bay and it's really high, and this
massive, aren't they? 4 cam and yeah.
I mean, he's even worried about turbos. Thought, they're never going to fit, and they would have fitted so easily.
So, do you think the Supercharger will clear the bonnet?
I've done some measurements, and it should.
It will. Well, you can't go down, can you?
No.
There's
the original sump on, and because the Escalade is the same setup with the diff in the same place.
So it's this factory GM sump?
It's all factory.
Oh, right, sweet.
Yeah, it's all factory and fits. So
let me come around the other side in case there's some detail that we've missed, but here's boxes of bits. He looks quite organised, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, we're in the middle of...
I could trip over these now, kick them all over for you.
We're in the middle of a big tidy up, so... I don't know if you can see in there, with ignore the strap, you can see in there we've got some clearance, and the front pop shaft runs down here, which will also clear.
Just below the exhaust, is it?
Yeah.
Sweet then.
But that's all like in the Escalade one and the Pajero one. It's even exactly the same diameter and everything. It's
so I guess, you know, gearbox design aside, the engine's in roughly the same pace.
Yeah, really. So
that's
the diff would be in the right place on that.
Well, I guess that's it. Then we'll speak to you again about it at Christmas.
that'd be before that. Now, well, I bought an MX-5 instead of the Mini because I prefer it.
Yeah, I don't know if this video about before that one, or
anyway,
which way around it's going to be, but that's coming, or this is coming.
Yeah, so
yeah,
that's took a lot of my time out away from this, unfortunately. But I've been waiting for bits for this, so I'm trying to do work and earn money and stuff. And I think that's it. But yeah, really roll on the rest. Hopefully I can get the exhaust and get the body down, and then start putting it all back together. You know, wiring, fuel lines, oil coolers, stuff like that.
So need a bit of motivation. That's what we need.
Well, yeah, it's getting cold now as well.
It is getting cold.
But then if the snow comes, this would be fun in the snow, wouldn't it?
Well, it'd be something.
Yeah, it really will.
Right then. Well, I guess then until next time.
Yeah.
Buy some merch and stay safe.
Yep. Cheers, guys.
At Driftworks, we've helped over 50,000 happy customers since 2004. Our huge online parts store is simple to use, with superb shipping rates to anywhere in the world, and finance options available for UK customers. We live and breathe wheel fitment, so if you have any questions about your own car or any of our products before placing an order, please drop us an email at shop@driftworks.com or give us a call. Thanks for watching.